So let's go back to our mats. As usual, you can grab a pillow if you want, if that's something you feel is nice. And we are just going to start in a child's pose. One pillow has been stolen. Okay, so we're going to start in a child's pose. Bring your knees as wide as your mat. Reach your hands forward, rest your forehead down. Immediately begin to notice the state of your breath. Notice what you're thinking about right now. See if you can smooth out those thoughts with the breath. Listen to the sound of your breath. Make it deeper and longer. Let's take 3 together. Everyone take a deep inhale through the nose and exhale out the mouth. 2 more like that. Inhale deeply. Exhale out the mouth. 1 more. Deepest inhale so far. Fill up your lungs completely. And then exhale, let it go. Beautiful. Nice. From here, we're going to keep this deep breath in and out the nose now for the rest of the class. Let's shift our weight up and bring our knees in underneath us, coming into a tabletop position, and just start to move through some cat-cows. So if you're familiar, you can move right into them with your breath. You're going to inhale, look up, let your belly drop, and then exhale, press down through your hands, tuck your chin, round your spine. Inhale, lift. Exhale, round. I'm going to take a couple more this way. Practice moving exactly with your breath and accessing every part of your spine that you can. Very good. And then come back to a neutral place. Perfect. Okay, we're going to start firing it up right away. So press down into the floor with the tops of your feet so much that your knees start to hover up off the floor. Okay, this is not all. From here, start to think about pulling your hands in towards your body and your knees in towards your arms. So even if they don't move, you're still getting that kind of isometric feel. Really intense. Take 2 more breaths. Good. Press down through the hands. Very nice. And exhale. Release. Take a couple more cat-cows. Good. Notice any heat that is building from that pose. Stay steady with your breath. Very nice. And then come back to a neutral place. We're going to do this 1 more time. So inhale, press down through the tops of your feet. Good. Find that sensation of pulling your arms into your legs, legs towards your arms. 3 more breaths. 1. Good. 2. And 3. Lower the knees back down. Very nice. From here, extend your right foot back. You're going to plant your toes on the floor and just take a couple rocks. Rocking forward and back, lengthening out the back of that leg. Good. Keep breathing. A couple more breaths here. Very nice. And then from here you have options. You can stay here rocking if this feels good. You can lift your foot up off the floor. Last option, you'll bend that knee. Lift your left arm up. Grab a hold of the top of the foot. Good. And then actively kick that foot into the hand. So you're getting a nice opening on the front of that right leg. Beautiful. Nice. 3 more breaths. Keep that activity in the leg. Foot is kicking into the hand. And exhale, release. Nice. Let's do it on the other side. Extend your left leg back. Start to rock. opening up the back of the leg. Good. So really, you know that you can always adjust these postures in a way that feels best for you, depending on what other workout you've done today or how you're feeling in general. You can always adjust, hold poses that feel extra good. Okay, from here, you can stay here with the toe on the floor. You can lift it up in line with the body and stay here. Last option, bend your left knee, windmill your right hand back. Grab a hold of the top of the foot and then kick it in. Nice, so just like in cat-cows when we have that nice arch in the spine, we're gonna invite that same feeling. 3 more breaths. 2, and 3. Nice, release. Bring it down, tuck your toes, lift your hips, find your downward facing dog. Look back towards your thighs, and let's just pedal out the heels on this first one. Pressing one heel down to the floor, and then the other. Good. Alternate here with your breath. Reach your hips up and back away from the hands. Very good. From here, we're going to inhale up to the hands. You can step or jump. Exhale, fold forward, relax your head. Inhale, come all the way up. Lift your arms. Exhale, mountain pose, Samasthiti. Very nice. We're going to move through just one Surya Namaskara C today, but we're going to do it really slow and with intention, kind of holding the poses for a bit longer. So let's take an inhale, lift your arms. Exhale, fold forward. Very nice. From here, take an inhale, step your right foot back. Keep the knee lifted up off the floor and kind of settle into this lunge position. Keep your gaze forward. Nice, take one more breath. Good, and then sweep your left leg back to meet the right, and we'll lower halfway down, finding our chaturanga position. Inhale, foot to the tops of the feet, look up, and exhale, back to down dog. Beautiful. Same thing in reverse. Let's take an inhale, step our left foot in between the hands. Find that lunge position once more. Hold for a couple breaths. Nice. Try and completely straighten your back leg. Very nice. On your next exhale, step that right foot up and fold forward. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, Samasthiti. Left side, inhale. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, step your left foot back this time, hold. Nice, press your heel towards the back of the room. Enjoy a couple deep breaths, filling up full capacity. Good, let's inhale together. And exhale, sweep your right foot back, lower halfway. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha, upward dog. And exhale, Ardha Mukha, downward facing dog. Beautiful. Good. From here, let's sweep our right foot back up, finding that lunge position. Take a couple more breaths. Really feel into this left quad and hip flexor. You can kind of make little adjustments until you feel the best stretch in your body. Maybe sway the hips side to side. Find what works best. Good. And then let's sweep our left foot up and fold forward. Very good. Inhale. Come all the way up. Exhale. Very nice. From here, let's step our big toes together. We'll move into an Utkatasana. So with your big toes together, sit your hips back and down. Reach your arms up. Chair pose. So you're really sitting back like you're about to sit down. Think hips back and down as much as possible. 3, lift your chest, look up. 4, and 5. Very nice. From here, we're going to slowly, nice and controlled, come down into a little toe squat. So I'm up on the balls of my feet here, as you can see. Good. If you need some support, keep your hands on the floor. If not, bring your hands to heart center. Working on some balance, stretching out the feet. Take one more breath. Good. Now we're going to come up on an inhale, nice and controlled. So as you inhale, slowly come back up into that Utkatasana, lowering your heels, lifting your arms. Good, and exhale, Samasthiti, mountain pose. Very nice. Okay, we're gonna do this one more time with our feet apart now. So bring your feet pretty wide apart, about as wide as your mat, and point your toes out just a little bit. Okay, we're gonna start by sitting back, kind of in this funny Utkatasana. Sit your hips way back and down, reach your arms up. Good. This is totally the pose where your roommate walks in. You look super awesome. Good. Take one more breath. Nice. And we're going to do the same thing. Slowly, nice and controlled, lower down. This time you may be able to keep your heels on the floor. Nice. Something to experiment with. It might look different for you. You're welcome to stay with your heels lifted if you need to. Hands can come to the floor for support. Or you can lower your heels down, bring your hands together. Take a couple more breaths here, breathing into the hips. If you have your palms touching, see if you can encourage your knees open even wider with your elbows. Good. On your next inhale, let's slowly come all the way back up into a Utkatasana. Good. And then straighten your legs, point your toes forward, fold forward. Bring your peace fingers and thumb around your big toes. Exhale, your head relaxes. Beautiful job. Just gonna take 5 deep breaths here. Use this grip around your big toes to help you draw your head down. It's okay if your knees need to bend or if your hands just come to your shins. It matters what it feels like more than what it looks like. Good. Take your last breath. Pull your head down towards the floor. Take an inhale. Look forward. And an exhale. Step your feet back. Move through your vinyasa. Lower halfway. Chaturanga. Elbows shoot straight back. Inhale. Top of the feet. Chest lifts. Exhale. Downward facing dog. Good. Inhale. Sweep your right foot up. And then exhale. Bring it forward and in between the hands. Very good. From here, we're going to come all the way up, straighten both legs, and plant your back heel down on the floor. So you might need to do a little bit of adjusting. We're going to try and be here with straight legs and hips squared to the front of our mats. Good. From here, reach behind you and grab opposite elbows. Take an inhale. And then exhale, fold forward over your front straight leg. Try your best to keep your hips squared off, so think about pulling your left hip forward and your right hip back. Relax your head down. I'm going to take one more breath. Inhale, come all the way back up. Good, and then we're going to bend our front knee. Take your hands off of your elbows, interlace your fingers behind your back. Take an inhale, reach your knuckles down, and then exhale, humble warrior. So we're gonna fold forward to the inside of our right leg, letting our knuckles fall away from ourselves. Good. Keep your breath there. Stay pressing down through your right heel. 3, 4, and 5. Good. Release the hands. Bring your right hand down to the floor. We're going to float up into Ardha Chandrasana, half moon pose. Good. So left arm, left leg are floating. right hand, right foot are on the floor. If you're feeling kind of wobbly, you might keep your gaze down to the floor. If you're feeling pretty stable, you might start to work on lifting your eyes up towards your lifted hand. I'm going to show one more option here. It's just optional. See what you think. Grab a hold of your left foot with your left hand, and then start to kick into the hand with that. Good. Nice. Whatever version you're in is perfect. Take one more breath. Very nice. Release that floating foot. If you have it, bring both hands down to the floor, and then replant your left foot back. Nice wide stance. Keep a bend in this right knee. Left hand stays to the floor. Lift your right arm up. Nice. Look up at your lifted hand. Notice where your mind is going. We've been moving a lot. See if you can calm your mind back down and just listen to your breath. Very nice. Next, exhale, plant your right hand down. Sweep your right foot back into a downward facing dog. Let's take a moment here. Regain your breath. Make sure it's nice and deep. And as we move through this next side, you kind of know what's coming now. See if you can focus more on how it feels and the way your breath feels as you move than anything else as we practice through this second. Take an inhale, sweep your left leg. Exhale, bring it forward in between the hands. Nice, take little adjustments. You're going to straighten out both legs. Plant your back heel down. Come all the way up. Grab a hold of opposite elbows. Take an inhale. Exhale, fold. You're keeping both legs nice and straight. Relax your head. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, bend your knee, your left knee. Interlace your fingers behind your back. Take an inhale, reach your knuckles down. Exhale, humble warrior. Fold to the inside of your left foot. Let your knuckles fall away from you. 2 deep breaths. 3. Press down through your left heel. 4. And 5. Very nice. Release your hands. Bring your left hand down to the floor. We're going to float our right leg up into Ardha Chandrasana. This is definitely a balance challenge. So if you're wobbling or falling, it's okay. Just see if you can come right back to your breath. Laugh it off. Okay, here we're trying to stack the shoulders, open the chest towards the side of the room. If you'd like to, maybe experiment bending your lifted leg, grabbing a hold of the top of the foot with the right hand. You're going to take one more breath. And exhale, bring both hands down to the floor. Slowly lower your right foot back. Keep a deep bend in your left knee. Right hand down, left arm lifts, taking a nice twist. Look up at that lifted hand. 3, 4, and 5. Lower that hand down. Sweep your left foot back into our Adho Mukha, downward facing dog. Beautiful job. Take a moment here to think about lifting your hips higher and letting your heels drop down. Okay, from here, let's drop down onto our knees. We're going to take hero pose. So I'll show you kind of the full version first, and then you can see some modifications. So make sure to be listening to your body. If this doesn't feel good on your knees especially, back out of it, and I'll show you an alternative. Okay, so to start, you're going to kneel right down in between your feet. So my hips are inside of my heels. Nice. So this is giving you plenty of opening. You can stay here breathing. You can also start to lean back by bringing your forearms down to the floor, or laying all the way flat down, lifting your arms up overhead. Great. Those are some options there. If that feels good, you can just settle in. If this doesn't feel good here, you can grab a hold of a pillow and sit your hips up on the pillow. That way the flexion in your knees isn't quite as intense. You can even layer pillows and really get your hips high. Nice. And then from here, you can kind of do the same steps. You can stay here breathing, or you can start to lean back a little bit. Nice. This is super good for the knee joint, the hip flexors, and the quads. We're going to settle in for about 5 more breaths starting now. Whatever version you're in is perfect. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Beautiful. Start to release. Gently coming out of it. If you're using a prop, just removing it and putting it to the side. Good. Notice any differences. We're going to walk the legs back, extend both legs. We're going to come into a low plank. This is our last to the core. So let's come down, plant your hands down. All 10 fingers spread nice and wide, right in line with the elbows. Good. Extend the legs. Make sure your hips are in that nice straight line from your shoulders to your heels. If this is ever too intense, you're welcome to lower down to your legs. So hug your belly in towards your spine, and then just watch as your mind reacts to this stressful situation in your body. We're learning so much here. See if you can practice just breathing right through it. You are super strong. Nice. Notice what thoughts are coming up. See if you can quiet them down with the breath. Deeper breaths, stronger breaths. Let's take 3 more. 1. Good breathing. 2. Good. And 3. Beautiful. Let's sit back into a child's pose. Well done. Again, knees come wide, arms reach forward, and relax here. If you feel like you need a cool off, sometimes it's nice to take a big exhale out the mouth. Allow your breath to become a little bit softer, start to slow down. Very nice. And then we'll end in a puppy pose. So start to shift your weight forward. We'll hug your knees in just a little bit so they're right under the hips. And then reach your arms out. Let your chest fall down to the floor. Getting deeper into the shoulders here and the upper back. Make sure your forehead can relax down onto either your mat or a pillow. And then gently start to come up, moving your hands underneath you, coming back into that tabletop position. Very good. Okay, from here, we're going to move right into a visualization. So come right into a comfortable seated position. You're welcome to elevate your hips a little bit by sitting up on a pillow. Sometimes that can be nice if your hips feel extra tight tonight. And take a moment here to let yourself settle in. Relax your shoulders down. Feel your spine becoming long and light. Your hands can rest in your lap or on your knees. We'll begin to practice this visualization. If you're already familiar, you're welcome to move right into the practice. Give a little explanation here if you haven't practiced this type of visualization before. So we're going to visualize ourselves completing or living out something that we want to bring into our lives. For example, if I am a runner and training for a race, I might visualize how it feels to be running in this race I'm preparing for in the best way I can imagine. I'm beating my goal times. It's fun, I feel strong and fast. And look around and see what's around me, how it feels, how it smells, every little detail. So whatever that is that you want to bring into your life, maybe it's an event you're preparing for, maybe it's simply an activity you're working to improve on. I want you to visualize doing that activity and enjoying it. Feel as if you are currently there, having that experience. What do you see around you? What does it feel like? Start to come back to your immediate surroundings. You blink open the eyes. And here we're going to move into our resting posture, our final rest. This is where you can bring your legs up the wall. I'll kind of show you how to get into it. If you'd rather, you can always just lie down onto your back and rest like so. If you'd like to try bringing your legs up the wall, we have Tara as an example here. You can bring your hip up right against the base of the wall, and then you're going to lay down on your side and roll onto your back. Extend your legs up, and you might need to adjust a little bit to bring your sits bones right against the base of the wall. Very nice. From here, you can either bring your hands on your heart. You can open your arms wide to get some opening in the chest and the shoulders. Whatever feels nice and comfortable here. This is a great way to help the legs recover. This is also a great way to help the nerve system start to calm down and get into that rest and digest state. And allow yourself to become soft and relaxed. Let your eyes close. Let go of any tension remaining. I'll let you know when it's time to move again. Until then, just let yourself relax all of it. Take a nice deep breath. And before you begin to move, just enjoy this moment of stillness. Enjoy exactly where you are. When you feel ready, begin to move. Maybe bringing your feet back down the wall. Waking yourself up gently, taking as much time as you like. Good. Eventually, make your way up to a comfortable seated place, taking as much time as you like. Your hands Urdhva Mudra, heart center. Feel the pressure between your palms. We'll end class together by taking a deep breath. So let's exhale to prepare. Deep inhale. And exhale. Wonderful. Namaste. Thank you for practicing with me this evening. I so love teaching. I love being here and sharing. So it means a lot to have you